So big news: Shakur Stevenson has his next opponent, which is Artem Harutyunyan. He's a guy who Frank Martin fought not too long ago, which was actually last year. It's a guy that got most people said that gave Frank Martin a hard time, made him look actually they say he made Frank Martin look bad in the fight and everything else. And I told people that was a good he's a medalist and Olympian, and he'll make a lot of people look bad. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely not gonna be an easy fight for Shakur Stevenson. I know he's not a big name or anything like that, but this guy right here is he's pretty legit. You know what I'm saying? He's not an easy fight for Shakur Stevenson. I know he's not a big name and everything else, but he's a top 10 guy at the weight class. He's actually on a list of fighters that I actually was reading out last year. I actually mentioned him to fight Shakur Stevenson last year. I'll find it and I'll chop it up and put it out. But last year I actually said something about Artem fighting Shakur Stevenson and a lot of other guys at 135. I actually said last year I want to see some guys fight with Artem, so I'll be a hypocrite right now if I say that Shakur Stevenson fighting this guy is a bad thing, because I actually suggested it, so I can't really say anything bad about it. But what I will say is it's not the opponents that most people have been expecting, like Miritai, Williams Zepeda, Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Frank Martin, De Los Santos rematch. A lot of different fighters, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that have been expecting Tank Davis to fight different people. I mean, and they expected Shakur Stevenson to be on that list. And it's just not right now. Shakur Stevenson doesn't have a long list of fighters at his disposal. He's kind of in the background right now, waiting on his opportunity. And Artem's a very difficult fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy who's, as I said, he gave Frank Martin a very difficult time. A lot of people said that Frank Martin didn't look his best in that fight. And Frank Martin explained to people that that was a high level fighter he was in the ring with. And we know when you're a fighter and just in different situations, you try to explain that to fans and other people, but they just don't understand. They think that these guys that you get in the ring with is nobodies, and because they never heard the guy, he's not valid. But that's definitely not true. A lot of these guys that's getting in the ring, they're definitely valid and they definitely bring a lot to the table. So I don't understand a lot of things that people are explaining or bringing up, but Shakur Stevenson, he still has to show up. He still has to put on a dominating performance. A lot of people are expecting a lot out of him. He's been saying a lot of different things lately, and fans hold it accountable now. You know, fans are very picky, and you know a lot of fighters are like that too, because they will throw guys under the bus to try to promote a fight or a brand, or try to make it seem like everyone's ducking and different things like that. So it's definitely different ways you can go about certain things, but I definitely feel like these fights are definitely showing different things right now. These fights are definitely showing different things right now, and it's only gonna get better as time goes on. I feel like a lot of people kind of sleeping on what Frank Martin and all these other guys are bringing to the table. And when he fights a guy like Artem and Shakur Stevenson comes right behind, people don't really know who he is. It kind of sets things back, but it also, from my eyes, it kind of lets me know like why everybody else ain't fighting Artem. That's kind of how I look at things. Even though I know this is not the challenge that most fans are looking for or expected, I know he's a top 10 guy, so I'm not crazy. But I do understand. But these younger guys like Shakur, things like that, they need to fight more than two times a year. Fighting 1 or 2 times a year, that's not gonna do it. You're not gonna be in the history books fighting 1 or 2 times a year. It's not really impressive to me. You're spending more time in the gym than you actually are in the ring. You know, these guys, they don't know how hard it is to train for a fight. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. it's a lot of picking up and moving. So we gotta find out in the future. But the Artem fight is definitely something I seen coming. Desire Evelev, I told y'all already, the Evelev fight. If Artem doesn't come through, the Evelev fight will be a plan B. Just letting everybody know. But at the end of the day, people gotta stop mentioning certain people with certain fights because people jumped off the Shakur bandwagon after one bad performance. And last year they were saying he was the top fighter and that him and Tank Davis was the biggest fight. Now nobody wants to talk about it. So that's a lot of fans and not really real fans of boxing. They just want to see certain guys lose. But Shakur Stevenson, he in a situation right now where he can right his wrongs. He definitely has this fight coming up. It's going to be a very tough fight. I want to say it's in July 6th in Newark, New Jersey. So it's going to be very tough. But I feel like he's definitely going to have a lot he's bringing to the table. But he's still a top fighter, though. But that's all I got, though. Like and subscribe.